The first thought that entered Milton football coach Henry Lee's mind when he met Marquis Robinson was, "Thank you, Lord." Robinson was only an 8th grader at the time, but he looked how they're supposed to look. He was huge and he was young, so Lees started calling him Big Baby, because that's what he was. Lees meant it in a literal sense but soon realized it was applicable in other areas too, as a young Robinson struggled at times with being a self-starter. However, Robinson was the type of kid who reminded both his coaches and teachers why they do their jobs. He's best known now as a highly recruited 4-star defensive lineman who will play college football in the SEC. But he's more than that. He's a good kid who brings value everywhere he goes, who needs a little tough love to unlock his potential. The teachers and coaches of Milton banded together to make sure Robinson had every opportunity, and Robinson met them at every corner. On August 2, 2020, all Robinson's hard work on the field paid off. He committed to the Auburn Tigers as one of the 5 highest-rated recruits in the class. He hadn't crossed the finish line yet, though. He still had to get his diploma. The moment Robinson walked across the stage on June 8, 2021, was a long time coming. For all his athletic achievements, the team of people around him takes the greatest pride in seeing him graduate from high school with good enough grades to attend a university like Auburn. "We just had to get him out of here," Lees said. "That was our job." Milton defensive line coach Astley Blackwell's introduction to Robinson did not go so smoothly as Lees. Robinson started out his Milton career on the freshman team, but Blackwell pulled him up to varsity after his season ended earlier. He thought it'd help get him some extra experience. Robinson didn't show up to the first practice, though. When coaches went looking for him, they found him in the community center playing basketball. To this day, Blackwell isn't sure whether there was a misunderstanding or if Robinson was intimidated. Blackwell reamed him out, ran him, and then threw him in there against the varsity starters. Robinson responded by making a huge play for loss. "I knew right there, this kid is definitely different," Blackwell said. Robinson made an even bigger impression when he attended a camp at Valdosta State University that summer. As an incoming sophomore, Robinson went up against some of the best players in the Southeast and held his own. But the football coaches had to battle Robinson's first love of basketball. Robinson dreamed of being an NBA star and could often be found in the gym shooting hoops rather than on the field playing football. He eventually came around to the idea of pursuing a football career, and his time on the courts ended up paying off, especially once the pandemic hit.